ओके डियर स्टूडेंट्स, अब चलते हैं एक नया लेसन अल्टरनेटिंग करंट का। अल्टरनेटिंग करंट लेसन 19। In alternating current lesson 18 we learned if a in lesson 18 this is what we learned. When an inductor, a coil, a conductor in the form of a coil, when connected across an alternating EMF, E is equal to E naught sin omega t. For this case, I was equal to I naught sin omega t minus pi by 2, and that is the current was lagging behind the applied EMF by pi by 2, or same thing as the EMF is ahead of the current by pi by 2, and we had found out the total work done to be 0, and work done divided by time in a complete cycle was 0 divided by t was 0, and work done by time is called power. So the average power associated with an inductor over a complete cycle. Over a complete cycle means the full cycle of the alternating EMF or current was 0, right? And a similar thing here. Now, what is the average power associated with a capacitor? We know power is equal to work done over time. So if we'll find out that work done by charging a capacitor for a complete cycle is 0, and divided by that 0 by something will be 0. This is what we are going to derive and explain, right? So let us begin with. I have not drawn a diagram for you. Now things have become simple. After long understanding of alternating current chapter, alternating current, so far we have covered 18 lessons. So things are now pretty clear to you, and you have been familiar with the capacitor, how it is charged, right? And for a capacitor, the potential difference across the plate is given by V is equal to Q by C. This is what we learned in electrostatics also. C. For example, capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor C is equal to epsilon naught A by D, where A is the area of each plate. Once the capacitor is manufactured, the area of the plate remains constant. The distance between the plate remains constant, so C is constant. So C depends on A and D, means the geometry of the capacitor. So C is a constant. So if you look at equation 1, this is a fraction, C is a constant. When the capacitor is not charged, means you are buying it, you purchased a capacitor from a market, it is sealed in a packet, you have not charged it. So the charge in the plates of the capacitor Q is 0. So 0 by C is equal to 0. So the potential difference across the capacitor is 0 because you have not charged it. There is no charge given to the two plates, right? Now what do you do when you charge it? When you charge it with an alternating voltage, look, this is a capacitor C. Let's say parallel plate capacitor epsilon naught A by D, which is constant. When you charge it with the alternating voltage, E is equal to E naught sin omega t. And for a capacitor, we have derived previously, if this is the alternating voltage, then the current was I was equal to I naught sin omega t plus pi by 2. Means the current is ahead of the EMF by pi by 2, or same thing as saying the EMF. The voltage is lagging behind the current by pi by 2. This is ahead of, or this is lagging behind, one and the same thing. As this capacitor is connected across a source of EMF, the charge on the plates starts building up, right? Initially it was 0 when this was not connected. As this is connected, the charge in the plates of the capacitor starts building up. So if you look at this expression, potential difference across the plates of a capacitor is Q by C. As Q increases, C being constant, this is a fraction, therefore V also increases. And C being constant, epsilon naught A over D is a constant. So that is what I am saying. As Q increases, the V, the potential difference also increases across the plates of the capacitor. Now, this is the alternating EMF. E is equal to E naught sin omega t we have applied across the two plates. This is what we have applied across the two plates of the capacitor. Alternating, not constant. Alternating means changing with respect to time. Sometimes this is 0, sometimes this is maximum. Whether this is 0 or maximum depends on the value of omega t. If omega t is equal to 0, when t is equal to 0, sin 0 is 0, 0 into E naught is 0, so EMF across is 0. When omega t is equal to pi by 2, then sin pi by 2 is 1, that is the maximum value of sin. So 1 into E naught is E naught, so the potential difference across the plates of the capacitor is maximum, that is E naught. So such a alternating EMF is applied, right? So E is equal to E naught sin omega t, the applied EMF across the capacitor. And in previous lessons, we have derived in alternating current for a capacitor I is equal to I naught sin omega t plus pi by 2. That is, the current is add up the EMF by pi by 2. If you look at this part, sin omega t, but there is an extra term plus pi by 2. So the current is leading the EMF by pi by 2. Okay. And how much is sin omega t plus pi by 2? You can write it as sin pi by 2 plus omega t. Pi by 2 is 90, sin 90 plus theta, that is cos theta cos omega t. So I is equal to I naught cos omega t. Means current at any time t is equal to the maximum current times, means multiplied by cos omega t, right? So when E is equal to E naught sin omega t is applied, the charge in the capacitor grows from 0 to its maximum value, let's say Q naught. If Q becomes maximum, then this V becomes also maximum. So your V becomes maximum and let it be V naught, symbolically, the maximum part, right? And we have also derived in electrostatics, the energy of a capacitor was half is CV square. Half, C is constant. If V is maximum, then energy is also maximum. And the maximum value of V, which I just explained, is V naught. When that is possible? When is Q is maximum, because C is constant. When Q is Q naught, that is maximum, V is maximum, that is V naught. So the energy of the capacitor is half CV square becomes maximum half C V naught square when the charge on the plates of the capacitor is maximum, right? So let us find out how much work is done by the external source in charging the capacitor. Now, any work is equal to power into time, because work done by time is equal to power. So by cross multiplying this, work is equal to power into time. Power into time. Okay, now power in current electricity which derived, it was equal to VI. There were three different expressions for this power, VI. If you put V is equal to IR, I square R. There is no resistance here, therefore I am not utilizing this. So I am using the expression VI. And the maximum value of V is called E. So EI is the power. So power into time, small time dt is the small work done dW. This is the small work done dW in time, small time dt while charging the capacitor by an alternating EMF. E is equal to E naught sin omega t, right? So to find out the total work done, I have to integrate this expression. So the total work done, it's very hot. So the total work done is equal to integration of dW. But we have to find out the total work done in the complete cycle. So I have to integrate it from 0 to capital T. So for dW I put EI dt. is applied the alternating EMF E naught sin omega t, and I just explained how I is equal to I naught cos omega t and dt. So E naught I naught being is the maximum value of E naught, maximum value of phi naught, both are constant, both are multiplied. E naught I naught is taken out of the integration. So I am left with sin omega t cos omega t dt, its integration from 0 to t. Now what do? I multiply this with a 2 and divide by this 2. Means I have not made any changes. To bring it into a formula which becomes simpler for me to integrate. So this now 2 comes outside being a constant. So E naught I naught by 2, I am left with 2 sin omega t cos omega t. If you consider omega t as theta, which is of course an angle theta, 2 sin theta cos theta, that is equal to sin 2 theta. So integration of sin 2 omega t from 0 to t with respect to dt. So E naught I naught over 2, and this I have explained how the integration of sin 2 omega t is how it is minus cos 2 omega t by 2 omega. I have explained in my last video, that is alternating current 18, where I discussed the average power associated with a inductor. You can check it. Means by putting this as a theta and making some modifications, I have derived this integration of sin 2 omega t with respect to dt as minus cos 2 omega t over 2 omega. I have derived it. So in case any difficulty, you can call back, no problem in time. So from 0 to t, so 2 omega is a constant, is taken out. 2 omega into 2 is 4 omega. This minus comes here. So I am left with the value of cos 2 omega t in the interval from 0 to t. I should have put a bracket like this, right? So minus E naught I naught over 4 omega. Here in this expression, t is the variable, small t is the variable. And these are the two limits of the variable. This is the lower limit, this is the upper limit, right? So for small t, I have to put capital T, then I have to make a subtraction by putting t is equal to, small t is equal to 0. So that's what I have done here, minus E naught I naught over 4 omega, cos 2, omega is 2 pi by t, for t, small t I write capital T, then minus cos 2 omega, for small t I write 0. So this part becomes 0 into this thing is 0, that is cos 0, and here t cancels, 2 into 2, 4 pi, cos 4 pi. So, and this remains same as this. Now if you put a value, if you find out this value in a calculator, if you are not good at mathematics, then this also comes out to be 1. So 1 cos 0 is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0, 0 into this thing is 0. So the total work done when the capacitor is getting charged by an alternating EMF, means such an EMF in a complete cycle, what is the total work done? What is the total work done is 0. So now it's very simple. Since the total work done is 0 in a time of capital T, so the total work done is equal to 0. So let me take out this space for your convenience. So the total work done is 0 in time capital T, and we know power is equal to how work is done per unit time. Work done by time, total time T, this is 0, 0 by capital T is 0. So average power associated with a capacitor when it is getting charged and discharged over a complete cycle is 0. Then what is the meaning? The meaning is this: whatever energy is needed in building of the voltage across the capacitor by the external source, that is equal to capital E is equal to capital E naught sin omega t, t across the capacitor by the source is returned back to the source when the capacitor discharges. Means when from 0 the charge reaches Q naught, the energy is stored, and from Q naught when it reaches back to 0, so the energy is returned back to the source, right? So that is what it is. Now, so what we learned in last two lessons, in a complete cycle, the average power associated with an inductor is 0. The average power associated with an inductor, a coil, in a complete cycle. In a complete cycle, the power is equal to 0. And for a capacitor also, connected to an alternating EMF, over a complete cycle, the power is equal to 0. Then who is consuming power and in what case? We'll find out in the next lecture. If there is a resistance in a circuit connected across an AC source, here there will be some power consumed. Here there will be some power consumed. We'll go to this in the next lecture. Then we'll go to the power consumed in RLC circuit. R, L and C. RLC circuit. Here also there will be some power consumed. These two will not consume, only this will consume, and we'll find out that in the next lecture. Hope you are comfortable with now my alternating current. If you like it, please do write some comments in the comment section if you feel it comfortable and very comfortable with physics, the way I explain. Thank you.